When President Trump fired the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics earlier this month, he accused her, without evidence, of producing fake job numbers before the last presidential election. Now, in the wake of that move, we wanted to look at how we can trust data from federal officials and how do we verify what's real and what's not. Julia Lane, a professor at New York University's Wagner Graduate School of Public Service, joins us now. And Julia, thanks for being with us. Can you first lay out, before we get into this, why these figures from government officials, like crime, like health, or like FEMA data, why they're important to people's everyday lives?
Well, people use these data to make decisions, but they're increasingly changing because the data that are being produced are not as useful as they have historically been. But people who are trying to make decisions about where to get jobs or businesses trying to figure out where to get workers, that's where the information is important.
So given how important this all is, how can people verify what data can or can't be trusted, especially if they're coming from the government itself?
Well, I think there's been an issue with declining trust in these numbers. Part of the reason is that the national numbers don't resonate at the state and local level, and they're not particularly actionable. Getting a national jobs number, which is produced once a month, is like producing a national temperature once a month. And the measures don't make a whole lot of sense. They were developed 100 years ago, like the payroll data and the jobs data. In the household survey, they ask, are you paid for at least 1 hour a week in the survey week? So the system's a little bit broken. I think thinking about how to pivot to using state and local data is going to make the data much more useful to people on the ground trying to make decisions.
So you're saying there could be major improvements to this information?
Well, I think so. And, you know, we've got a very quickly changing economy. We've got massive changes that people are trying to figure out how to get answers to. But you hit on the right question in the sense that there's going to be massive, and there already is massive amounts of data that are coming there from places that might not be trusted the way the federal government is. So how can we develop trust labels? How can we develop, like, the Underwriters Lab seal of approval on data that are being trusted? And I think that's the issue that we're going to have to be facing.
And among so many issues right now, too. Julia Lane, thank you very much for being with us. We really appreciate your insight.
Lovely to be here. Thank you.